My character just died. I charged into a fight for religious reasons, and he got stupid and charged into the back of an enemy whenever he was in front of the guy. Somebody else fell over and was being paggered on the floor, so I threw my shield over him and started swearing really loudly at the enemy to get his attention. And of course, one man against an enemy designed to kill 30 people. It didn't go very well.
Some people can get a bit hung up about it. I've lost my character, or this, that and the other. It's part of the game. Be entertained.
Now I go to games control, sign some forms to prove my character's dead, and then I make a new character with a completely different background and completely different goals and so on, and start playing the game again from a different perspective.
Basically, my character's got into a lot of fights and got a lot of shiny things. New armour, new weapons. As you can hear, I've totally lost my voice. All the screaming and shouting. I've had so much fun, it's unbelievable. I'm knackered. I've now showered, thank God, but not totally clean. I've got to finish off with the baby wipes. And then once that's happened, then the depressing part of the takedown and the drive home happens.
It's gone really well. Really enjoyable event. Lots of action. A lot of different tribes having their own little agendas and wrangling away, and so yeah, the social part of it is basically really satisfying.
It's going to be a long while until we get to play EOS again. I think it's going to be September, October time, which is a hell of a long time to wait until I can play my favourite character again. So it's going to be hard, but then that gives me more time to do more costume stuff.
For me, the social aspect of it has been really cool.
To be honest, it's all been a highlight. There's been so much good role play. Yeah, I mean, even the quiet bits where sat around a campfire with the mud elves and a few of the orcs. I mean, that was great. I think probably one of the best highlights was where me and Juliet thought, well, we'll create stir, and she got some of the mud that all the mud elves covered themselves with, and sort of like put patchy bits all over my face and skin, and it was just like going back in, into the tavern and then eating, and everyone's going, "Why have you got mud on your face?" And I just grinned, and then sort of like, and then like, ah.
Combat's cool, and yeah, you almost die quite a lot. So yeah, I think that brings an element as well. I think when the system is quite harsh, in the fact that it's quite easy to die, that actually makes it more enjoyable because your little successes seem bigger. Whereas, if you play someone with uber powers and all the rest of it, it's not so much of a challenge.
I know, it's amazing the amount that you can actually achieve at these events just by going, I'm asserting dominance, what do I need to do for this? If you don't do this, I will hit you. And people tend to go, okay. It's great fun.
A lot of people get the wrong impression about live role-playing and think it's weird or it's geeky or it's nerdy until they actually come along themselves. It isn't a spectator sport because you do need to get get into character, and it's difficult to get into character when you've got people who aren't dressed in medieval costume standing around.
People are often, I guess, quite amused by it, or they think it's pretty nerdy or geeky, which I think is fair enough, really, to be perfectly honest. And like I said, I think generally, because there's occasionally quite a negative stereotype around it, people can be surprised that I'm a role player. I'm quite happy to admit that.
They look it up and they think, hang on a minute, that looks really bad. Because you do see some LARPing videos on the net, like on YouTube, and you see a lot of like weapons made out of gaffer tape and you know, pipe lagging, and it's a little bit well, not embarrassing, that's the wrong word, but it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm very much a snob when it comes to costume and all the rest. If you're going to do it, you do it properly, like totally properly. I like to think that, you know, our lot put more of an effort in.
I don't know what it is, but for some reason the question, is it sexual, comes up all the time. I have no idea why they seem to confuse LRP with some sort of fetish hobby, which it blatantly isn't.
Generally speaking, I know this is really bad of me and it makes me a bit of a closet LARPer. I don't generally tell them that I LARP. I've put it on my CV for when I go for jobs and all the rest of it, and it tends to be quite a good talking point. But generally, to you know, people outside my friend circle, I tend to say I do real art, but it's slightly less geeky, you know, and it's slightly more widely accepted.
When I started making this film, I didn't really know what to expect. Like everyone else, I just thought that LARP would be interesting and probably quite funny to use as a focus for my documentary. But now that I've met the players and seen it happening for myself, I don't know where this negative stereotype is coming from. I can't understand why anyone would want to look down on these people or make fun of them and what they do for a hobby. They're just normal people, and they're not hurting anyone, and they're just having fun. I don't see the problem with it. It's not for everyone, but if you have a go once and you don't like it, or whether you take it up or not, trust me, you're not going to regret the experience, so just give it a go.
To understand LRP, you've got to do it. I've taken loads and loads of new players to events over years and years and just watched their jaws drop when they see a guy walking around in chainmail, or go to a site and feel that wearing jeans makes them out of place because everybody else is in leather trousers with boots and wearing armour. I kind of accept that people aren't going to understand.
Before you like take the piss out of LARP, give it a go. It's actually a lot of fun. I did LARP when I was like a young teenager for a little while, and the first event, for about the first hour, I felt really uncomfortable. But then you just actually go, no, sod it, I'm going to go with the flow, and you know, lo and behold, I'm probably one of the most enthusiastic ones here about it all. You know, it's fantastic. Don't knock it till you try it, basically. You know, I mean, hey, it's not like drugs. You know, although it's probably just as expensive. Look, this is what I do for my hobby.